Bitcoin Italia podcast, welcome Jimmy Song, welcome to Miami and welcome to Bitcoin Italia podcast.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno Jimmy, how's your Italian?
My Italian is non-existent, but I did spend some time there way back in 2001 when I was backpacking across.
All right,
so,
beautiful country, right?
Oh, especially Rome. My favorite city, Vatican, amazing.
Fantastic.
Fantastic place, yeah.
But we are in Miami for the
right.
BitNoy conference 2022. Your speech is gonna be today, and can you give us a little preview?
Well, we're going to do a panel on softworks and the future of softworks. So it's a lot of controversy around what the next softwork's going to be, how it's going to be, and what it's going to be. And Jeremy Rubin and Paul Stork will be on that panel. So we'll see exactly how that's going to play out. But that's I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but I'm sure it's going to. There's going to be some disagreement, what the right way to go about softworks is.
Of course, there's going to be some disagreement. Come on.
Hopefully we don't get into like BIP8, BIP9 stuff, but
nice.
More, substantive, like, okay, APO versus check template verify versus drive chains and stuff like that. So yeah.
Jimmy, you are a huge developer in the Bitcoin community. I'm a big fan of your work. I've been reporting in Italy Bitcoin technology for the past 4 or 5 years. We don't do investment. We don't even talk about the price, right? We discuss technology and social opportunity, right? These are the main focus. So. From my perspective, we just had 2021 probably the best year in Bitcoin development ever. We spent 2.5 months in El Salvador using Bitcoin only, and we could appreciate how the Lightning Network is working, is fast, is reliable. The new wallets are great UI, super easy. I mean, we are working hard, and now we see the result. What's gonna happen next? What are the next step you are more excited about?
Yeah, so I think I completely agree with you on the Lightning Network. I don't think we really realized how important it was going to be, especially for places like El Salvador, which are really cash-based economies. So
Totally.
upgrading to digital Lightning and stuff like that is absolutely huge. And maybe you can get Mike Peterson up here later today.
I would love to.
Yeah, but you talk to him and talk about how it's just transformed that community. But really transform that country. It's incredible to me how the shackles of the IMF are coming off, in part due to the Lightning Network. So I imagine that's like at a global macro level, probably one of the bigger sort of like storylines going forward is how is Bitcoin going to change nation states? Because it really is. El Salvador was able to say F you to the IMF, right?
Right.
Everybody else is going to do the same thing once their volcano bond goes. And if it's oversubscribed, as we all suspect it is, then guess what? Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, all those countries that are nearby, they're going to want to do the same thing. You also have African countries, lots of other developing countries that are going to want to take off the shackles of the IMF and possibly, the Belt and Road Initiative from China and so on. So you can cast off sort of like your monetary imperialists, if you will. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect that I'm really excited about is Lightning and building on top of Lightning. So there are all these like sort of like decentralized web, and I know the Web3 moniker has been like taken over by like all these like VCs or whatever.
Yeah,
but the real Web3 is decentralized peer-to-peer Lightning-based apps. And this is really starting to come to fruition. We saw some of that with Sphinx app Podcast Index 2.0 with Adam Curry. We're going to see it with Zion, right? Like that's going to be you run your own node and you can do social networking based on that instead of being canceled on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Now you can be in control of your own data and stuff like that.
It's empowering people, right?
Oh, not just empowering, but it's you own your own data.
Exactly.
You have no your attack surface is based on your own security instead of some third party, trusted third party or something like that. So That's the web that we always wanted. This was the promise of the web when the internet was created, way back when. And it's all peer-to-peer. It's everyone's not just a client, but also a server. And
so what you're saying is that Bitcoin is gonna fix the internet.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's gonna make it from all these walled gardens of Facebook and Google and Twitter or whatever, to something that's actually decentralized, where you can't cancel anybody and you have native payment services and things like that. Because the entire internet right now runs on ads. And it's horrible because I've been reading Justin's book, and this guy, one of the founders of Zion.
Right.
Yeah, and one of the things that he points out is that pharmaceutical companies have this enormous vested interest, and they put out significant numbers of ads. So I think in the traditional media, TV and stuff like that, they, at least in the US, they comprise of something like 75% of all ad dollars, which is insane. And online, they also have, this is why all these social media companies are putting warning labels on anything that's, vaccines are unsafe or whatever. Just like they immediately put it on because those are the people that pay them. Once you remove the ads from this, then you get a lot more truth. And I think society just works better, and people can choose for themselves. That's the really significant thing.
Absolutely. In the European Union, we're talking a lot about privacy recently, because I'm sure you heard that the EU Parliament is trying to regulate unhosted wallets. Who cares, right? What's gonna happen with privacy? Bitcoin development is so focused on privacy, and it's gonna be so much quicker than the regulator. Do you agree with that?
I think Bitcoin privacy is already here. So the thing that people don't get is we already have privacy. You just need to use like submarine swaps or something. So, for example, there were a bunch of people that wanted to, donate to Canadian truckers, right?
Right.
And if you want to donate to Canadian truckers in an anonymous way, you could have totally done that by going and buying Bitcoin from Cash App, transferring it to your Moon wallet, and then donating to the Bitcoin address. That initiates a submarine swap.
Right.
In which case, there's no link between your Lightning payment and your submarine swap, except the Moon. So you're done, unless like somehow they like figure out how to like subpoena Moon or something.
Right.
You had that extra layer. You already have privacy. I don't understand like all these people, we need Monero or whatever. It's like, no, you don't. You already have privacy, and you have this wonderful tool called submarine swaps. And like a lot of these coin join things, you can sort of anonymize things and make sure that your UTXO is like not tracked or whatever. But there are already significant privacy things that you can already do. So like with regards to the European Parliament, they're trying to like put the milk back in the bottle after it's been spilled on the floor, right? Like it's kind of useless.
Yeah.
They're doing what bureaucrats do. Well, I actually have a question for you, because like for me, it's like so confusing how the European Parliament works.
Oh, it's a mess.
It's like how do you vote those people out? Like, what do you do? Like, if you want the law change, what do you even do?
That's the thing. We vote them, but they have no actual power, right? And there is this thing called the trilogue, where the European Commission, that it's one thing, has to talk to the European Parliament, that is a different thing, and they have to agree to a law that is gonna apply to 10, 20 different countries. So it's gonna take them 2 years to do that, and it's not gonna work. So there was a lot of FUD in Europe about this law. Nothing is gonna happen. No worries. Listen, Jim, I have one final question.
Sure.
You wrote a very interesting book, in my opinion. You are very Catholic, right?
I'm Christian, but
Christian,
yeah.
right. And you wrote this book that kind of relates Bitcoin with Christianity.
Yes.
What's the scope of the book?
It's a moral argument for Bitcoin, and really we don't even mention the word Bitcoin until chapter 7.
Nice.
And the reason why we don't is because we wanted to show how corrupt the actual fiat monetary system is. It is highly immoral. And that's the thing that a lot of people, I don't think, really get, especially Christians. And we wanted to make that argument to a Christian audience, including Catholics, Orthodox, and Protestant, obviously. And we made that argument based on, okay, here's how central banking actually works. Here's why it is theft. At a very base level, it is just straight up theft. And if you understand that it is theft, then you understand that this is a corrupt system. And once you understand that it's a corrupt system, all right, now you can understand that we need a solution for it. And I liken it to Christianity in the sense that until you realize that you are a sinner, you really have no idea why you need Christ. Until you understand why central banking is a corrupt institution of theft, cronyism, and corruption, you really have no idea what Bitcoin actually solves. So that's what that book is about. We haven't translated it to Italian, but we are translating it into Spanish. I think it's already translated into Dutch and a few other languages.
I think it's Spanish because I had a Spanish copy in El Salvador.
Yeah, so
people just for you to know, people we know in El Salvador are orange peeling priests with your book in order to orange peel their community. It's a big achievement, Jimmy.
I totally appreciate that, because that is a very Christian country, and it couldn't have happened to a better country to get out under this oppression of monetary imperialism. So I'm very happy for them, and there's a lot of faithful Christians in that country that I am hoping that this currency really sort of blesses, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thank you so much for talking to us.
No problem, man. This was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, man.